Hello, everybody. Welcome back into another reaction to HBO's The Last of Us. We got episode 5, Endure and Survive. We are still in Kansas City. Last episode, we got a little bit of a glimpse of characters Henry and Sam, of which you are a fan of the game. You're very excited to see them. There's a lot of emotions going on seeing Henry and Sam, but I'm very invested in how the story is changing because Kansas City is a lot different than what we got in Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, we meet Henry and Sam as they are trying to escape Pittsburgh. They originally entered Pittsburgh with a group and they need to get out. Whereas here in Kansas City, Henry apparently ratted out Kathleen's brother to Fedra, leading to his death. Thus, Henry is a wanted man. So Henry is trying to escape Kansas City for that reason with Sam because Kathleen is after him. And Kathleen is a whole nother wrench thrown into the mix because in the game, we do not have any set leader of the Raiders of Pittsburgh. Really, the Pittsburgh Raiders are kind of just there to be the bad guy, there to be people that we avoid or kill. Whereas here we have Kathleen and the residents of Kansas City who have taken over from Fedra. They have taken the city from Fedra, and Kathleen seems to actually be, I hesitant to call her caring, but she seems to be a community leader. I'm hesitant to call her caring, but she is a community leader. And we don't have that type of situation presented to us in the game, at least not at the point that we are now. There's kind of something later on where we have a leader of a community, but if you know what I'm talking about, that's also a completely different thing going on over there. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with the continuation of Kansas City because there is a lot of things that are supposed to happen between point A and point B. So I'm excited to jump into this episode. So let's go ahead and start watching. Situations like this are always hard to comprehend because logically you can understand how some people are pushed to such a brink that they get to these points, but it also brings up the old idea, are you really any better than the thing you recently took down if you're just becoming it? That's not a good way to word that, but I think you guys get what I mean. If you kill the bad guy, but you become just as bad as the bad guy in the process, have you really done anything different other than gotten your own personal revenge, of which someone will later seek upon you? Oh, I love this change so much. It adds to the character. And it's something interesting for Naughty Dog to do because Naughty Dog has very advanced accessibility settings. I've never needed the accessibility settings, but I watched kind of an overview of how The Last of Us 2 Remake was designed, and it's so inclusive and so well done.
Did it feel good? Betraying your neighbors to Fedra so that you could get medicine, alcohol, fucking apples? Well, I'm not Fedra. Lucky for you. We could put you on trial. You're all guilty, so that's how that'll go. And
classic witch trial. We'll put you on trial. You're gonna die either way.
Where is Henry? Kill them.
He's with Edelstein.
Oh, there's always one.
Edelstein was a collaborator? Well, he was a lot more discreet than you fucking idiots. Where are they?
He had a place to hole up in the open city in case things went bad.
But things have gone great. Haven't you heard? Kansas City is free.
Free to who, though? You're causing the exact same situation. You're just changing who's the victim. Still gonna kill him.
Still in the city, okay? I want our people going door to door until we find him.
Are we really putting them on trial?
No, we are not really putting them on trial. When you're done, burn the bodies. It's faster.
can't let a rat live. Once again, there's always two sides to something. If they were doing it to get medicine or food for themselves or their family, you can understand why someone might do it, but then you can also understand the other side where I will never be able to trust you, so I might as well kill you. There's always an interesting dichotomy in these situations.
You sure they don't know about this? I got it from a Fedra officer. Never told anyone about it.
What if they get to him?
I already did. He won't be
No. Dead man speak no tales. Dead man tell no tales, my bad.
We weren't shooting our way out of this anyway.
Y'all better move quickly and quietly.
So we'll sneak our way out.
How?
Tunnels?
Tunnels? Why go to the trouble? You can kill yourself right here.
See, this would be the perfect situation to run to. They just overthrew Fedra. Everyone's happy. Everyone's partying on the streets. You can slip through crowds and attempt to get out a lot easier now than you could if everyone had calmed down.
He's scared because you're scared.
I wonder if they knew sign language previously, or if they learned it for the show. I imagine if they went through all this trouble, Sam's actor actually is deaf, which I like as well. Cast deaf actors in deaf roles. Oh, he's a good big brother. He's trying to comfort the kid in the situation who probably knows the situation is bad, but cannot even begin to understand the depth of the situation. Can you imagine being born in a QZ and having no idea what's out there? You just kind of know the oppression of Fedra. I'd be careful with the paint, though. You wouldn't want someone to come into the building and wonder why they're smelling fresh paint. They definitely got the old man. At least he's honest. In that situation, what else do you say? In that world, what else do you say? People are gonna be dying all the time. You can't protect anyone from it. Play into the kids' fantasies to make the situation a little easier. He sees his way out of the city. Okay, so here they purposefully seek out Joel, whereas in the game they kind of stumble upon, well, Ellie and Joel stumble upon Henry and Sam on accident.
Eyes on me. Eyes on me. You don't have to worry about what to say. We don't want to hurt you. We want to help you. Right?
That's right.
That does not sound
Good
convincing.
fucking tone, man.
That's just the way he sounds. He has an asshole voice. Joe, tell him he's okay.
He's not doing a good job of convincing Henry of anything. I would also be concerned if Joel was looking at me like that.
I'm the most wanted man in Kansas City.
That's a great way to
Right
start
now.
off a conversation. That'll definitely make someone want to hang out with you and join you on this escape mission. Yeah, everyone in the city is looking for me right now, but they're looking for you too, so we might as well join up.
No, Fedra.
Not as of 10 days ago, no.
You always heard Casey Fedra was...
Monsters, savages. Yeah, you heard right. Raped and tortured and murdered people for 20 years. Hey, you know what happens when you do that to people? The moment they get a chance, they do it right back to you.
Once again, bringing back the whole thing from The Last of Us Part 2 about the cycle of violence and how at some point someone has to stop it, or else it will just continuously go on and on of people trying to wrong the people who wronged them.
I'm a collaborator.
I don't work with rats.
Yeah, you fucking do.
Yeah, you picked the wrong one. Okay, Joel would have to hate rats. Being a smuggler.
Today you do. Because I live here and you don't. That's how I followed you here. I know the city, and that's how I'm gonna help you get out. You can see the way we're bounded by highways. They got people posted all around the inside perimeter. If we get close, we get caught, no question. So how do we get across?
Because he wanted to go under the city. That's what he told the other guy.
Kansas City has a subway?
No, but they do have maintenance tunnels. There's a bunch of buildings all put up by the same developers. And they share these tunnels, including a bank building here. So we enter the tunnels here, travel underground, and pop up here. West Side North, residential.
Okay, so this is going to be a replacement for what actually happens in the game where you end up washed ashore and you go into tunnels and end up in the residential area. Like you're already out of the city by the time you make it into the tunnels, but here they're using the tunnels to get out.
There's infected, just not on the surface. Fedra drove them underground 15 years ago and never let them come back up.
So you want us going into a tunnel?
Everyone thinks that it's full of infected, including Kathleen.
Then what's about to bust open the ground where Kathleen is?
If it gets bad down there, we turn around and run right back out the same way we came.
Oh, that's your great plan?
No, that's my dicey as fuck plan.
Oh, I hate this because there are stalkers in that tunnel. That tunnel, I despise that tunnel in the game.
This should be it. You ready?
Get your gun out.
Yeah, so if Henry heard that the tunnels have been cleared out by Fedra, I wonder what's popping up in the ground in Kathleen's area, unless they have migrated to a different part of the city.
That's kind of a pessimist.
I'm
Not my
her
dad.
Point your light forward. And be ready to run.
Keep your head on a swivel. And if it sounds too quiet, check your corners. It's probably a stalker.
Whoa.
Oh, Ish and his group. Oh, it looks so good, but it's so painful.
People went underground after Outbreak Day. Built settlements.
Danny and Ish are protectors. Oh, that's the exact same drawing you can pick up in the game. In Savage
way.
Starlight.
I love these.
I don't really remember how Infected got into their little compound, but that was so sad because you pick up so many notes from Ish's group in the game.
Endure.
And survive.
Endure. Survive. Endure. Survive. Fuck yeah, man.
I like watching them actually be able to be kids.
If you were collaborating to take care of him, I shouldn't have said what I said. I don't know your situation.
He understands what it's like to make sacrifices for a kid.
There was a man, a great man. He's never afraid.
We talking about Kathleen's brother?
Have you ever met someone like that? Kind of man you'd follow anywhere. Sam, he got sick. Leukemia. There was one drug that worked, and it belonged to Fedra. And if I wanted some, I was gonna take something big. The leader of the resistance movement in Kansas City, and Kathleen's brother.
A brother for a brother.
Yeah. So, still think they should take it easy on me?
That's gotta make Kathleen feel some type of way too if she knows it was done to protect Sam, sacrificing her brother for his.
I am the bad guy because I did a bad guy thing.
It's not always black and white though.
But you get it though. You might not be her father, but you were someone's. See, I could tell.
I can too, especially in the show more than anything. He does act a little bit different. He's a little bit more forgiving and understanding. I do really like the background to Henry's character and actually giving a solid reason as to why he's trying to escape a city other than he kind of just ended up there and wants to leave. So her brother was the resistance leader and then she took over when he was killed.
He would be horrified by the things I've done. And if you've come to tell me that Michael wouldn't want me to hurt Henry, that he would want me to forgive, I know that too.
Hmm.
He told me.
Once again, I love that Kathleen is so soft-spoken. She doesn't seem like she would be this vindictive, harsh resistance leader, but she has been pushed to that point, and I really like that difference there.
The last time I saw him alive, in jail, he told me to forgive. Where is the justice in that? What is the point of that?
Once again, how The Last of Us handles this idea of the cycle of violence and how it just keeps going because everyone wants to right the wrong that's done to them, not realizing that they're wronging other people who are gonna want that same revenge. I just love how it keeps coming back up and you see it in different forms. They made it out of that tunnel a lot easier than I did.
Other side.
Oh, the neighborhood.
My plan worked.
I wouldn't be so confident just yet.
I'm just saying. I delivered.
It's been too easy. Y'all got out of those tunnels a lot easier than most of us did.
Where are you gonna go?
I don't know yet.
Well, we're going to Wyoming. What? It's a huge state. It can fit 2 more people. He's like,
Ooh. It had been too easy.
Fuck is that coming from?
Shut up.
Oh, that's perfect. Look at that long shot down the road.
If you don't move, he's not gonna hit you. I'm gonna go around, try to get in the house through the back, and then I'll take him out.
but if you go out there, he's gonna kill you.
It's dark and he has shit aim. Nobody's gonna kill
Then
me.
he's gonna kill us.
Seems like it. His aim really isn't that bad if it wasn't for the car. Yeah, whoever it is, I mean, they're on the mark, but they just fire too late. Just an old guy.
Please don't do it. Please.
Oh, Henry miscalculated. So was that guy just waiting out there like that was his post in the residential area and he called it in?
Why do you think you're in front? Clear them.
She's so soft-spoken, but so matter-of-fact. Like, you're the one with the giant bulldozer thing in the front. Just take care of it. Ellie, don't do that, okay? You can't run away and shoot like that. I'm gonna need you to reach your inner Tommy. There we go. That's a good shot. Now do it again. That is so many guys to catch 2 people. Henry in with the save. Respect.
I'll come out. Just let the kids go.
No. Sorry. The girl was with the man who killed Brian and Sam. Well, Sam's with you.
So cold-hearted. She really said, fuck them kids. I don't care.
Get ready to take him and run. Yes. Do it.
I get Henry doesn't have a choice, but he is willing to just let Sam go with Joel and Ellie. Come on, show me my chunky boy from the trailers. Ooh. I love the way they move. Look at all of them. Oh, this is so messy. It's what they deserve, though. Ooh. My man's precise. I mean, that only works for so long, though, when you get a bunch of, like, bodies trapped on your vehicle. There he is! I've never been so happy to see a bloater in my life. Oh, it looks so good! Look at that chonky armored boy! Throw spores. Throw spores. Or just run them down. Okay, that's happened plenty of times. Oh. The Joel execution. Seeing that happen to Joel in game, it's nice to see it happen to someone else. Creepy clicker child. Kill it. Kill it with fire. Something about it makes it so worse when it's a kid. Just kill it. That's some karma right there, okay? You're willing to kill the kids and you get killed by a child clicker. That's some karma right there. Oh, there's my chunky boy. And now they're going to the city. Oh, Kansas is done for. And in the process of waking that group up, they probably woke up the group that was already inside the city through the tendrils. So Kansas City is done for.
You think they'll be okay?
Yeah, I think.
It's so hard to watch, hoping that something would be different, but knowing better.
Look, I don't know exactly how I'm getting to Wyoming. I'm probably walking. But, you know, if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go and find me a fan fiction where Henry and Sam go to Wyoming. That way it'll fix my soul. It's so sweet when they're able to just be kids and not have to think about the situation. I'm scared of ending up alone. That's painful. Oh. Gamers, we saw it when it was happening. We saw the moment.
My blood is medicine.
No, because this hurts so much worse than in the game when she didn't know he was bitten. I don't like the false hope here, because we know it's not in her bloodstream. Even if it was, that's not how that would even work. Now I'm just so mad because I wish that they had told Joel and Henry. That way Henry could have said goodbye.
Hey.
And this situation makes so much more sense because Henry's deaf. He wouldn't have been able to hear her. No.
What did I do? Sam, give me the gun. Give me the gun. Give me the gun, Henry. Give me the gun.
Man, that's still so rough, but I don't think anything will match the first time you ever see that happen. In the game, I mean. Unless this is your first time meeting Henry and Sam, but I think during that moment I sat there with my mouth wide open in shock until, because at that moment it like cuts to black, and then you go into the entire next season, I think. That false hope hurt more than Ellie not knowing in the game and waking up to Sam having already turned.
Let's go.
Because she thought that she could help him. She really truly did. But with Sam being deaf, that sequence makes a lot more sense. Because in the game, she also wakes up to Sam as his back is turned to her. But in the game, he's of hearing. So if he had become a runner, he would have heard her get up. Whereas here in the show, it would make sense that even as a runner, he's still deaf and his back is turned, so she would have to get in his line of sight. Another Absolutely phenomenal episode. I really enjoy the changes that they're making for the sake of pacing because, like I said before, if you play the game, you know that in order to get to the tunnels, you have to escape Pittsburgh first, and then you end up washing up on a beach, and then you find the tunnels where Ish and his group were, and then you make your way to the residential area. Here, it makes a lot of sense to have the tunnels be what is leading out of Kansas City. So I do really like the changing of that they made for pacing, but I also like that they still included Ish and his group and references to them. Because that's a very rough sequence to kind of go through if you're taking in all of your surroundings and you're finding the notes and reading them, hearing about this guy Ish who kind of went underground and then he met these other people. And I do believe Ish was very reluctant to help this other group at first, but then they came in and they became a community and they lived underground for a set amount of time, and there were kids there and they had classes and school. But then, you know, I think an infected got in, or they let in someone with an infection, or something happened. And you even find one of the adults and the other bodies in a room, the kids, and it's a very rough situation to kind of go through if you're paying attention to everything around you. So I do really like that there are still references to Ish and Ish's group, and I do really like the changes to the residential scene. Because obviously Kathleen is not a part of the game. So I do like how they come up and they have to face all of these runners and clickers and the bloater who have been forced underground and have apparently migrated to different parts of the city. Maybe Fedra did clear them out of the main tunnels, but they definitely have migrated, and now they are awake. They have killed Kathleen's main group of probably guerrilla fighters. They took out that one guy, Tommy's voice actor, and executed in the same way that Joel can be executed if a bloater catches you during the game, which was very interesting to see. That was very cool, and I do really love the style and the movement of the bloater here. I've never been so happy to see a bloater in my entire life. The bloater just looked amazing. But we definitely saw there at the end that that group, that herd, is heading into Kansas City, and more than likely through the tendril system woke up the herd that was already underground in Kansas City. So Kansas City is not going to be there anymore in about the next 24 hours, probably less. And this whole sequence has just been really interesting because it's a more in-depth look at kind of what we can infer happened in Seattle in the second game, where Fedra was just so controlling and terrible that there was a resistance group that rose up. Well, I don't think the wolves... I'd have to go back and see if the wolves... I don't think the wolves were as bad as what happened with the resistance in Kansas City. But we definitely see this idea of the cycle of violence getting brought up again, which is a major part of the second game, The Last of Us Part 2, this idea that, you know, at some point it has to stop. Everyone wants to right the wrongs that have been wrong to them, but in the process, you are continuously doing wrong to others, and those people are going to want their revenge just as much as you wanted yours. And we see that with Kathleen, who was told by her brother, who apparently was a very gentle and very good leader. Her brother wanted her to leave Henry alone, to just let him go, to forgive him for what he did, because her brother probably understood what was at stake in Henry's eyes as far as Sam goes. And she just couldn't look past the fact that her brother had been sacrificed for someone else's brother. So that it's really just interesting to see how all of these things play out. And one thing that is also very interesting with the story changes that were made in episode 3 is that this is the second time that Joel has been introduced to a character who has cared so much about someone else that when that focal point of their attention is gone, they can no longer go on. It happened with Bill when he was going to lose Frank. Bill didn't want to carry on anymore. It happened with Henry when he lost Sam. There was no point in him continuing on in his own eyes. So there just keep being these moments where Joel is forced to see people who have found something else to live for and are so focused on that other person that they would do anything to keep that other person. I love the storytelling here. They're making some really good changes and I'm enjoying every second of it. And the next episode, I do believe we're finally going to get to see our man Tommy. Looking forward to more changes there and what exactly that meetup is going to be like, because it's already structured very differently than what it was in the game. In the game, Joel makes no real inferences to the fact that he wants to find Tommy. In fact, they have been separated for many years in zero contact, whereas here in the show, Joel has tried to keep in contact with Tommy, even though they are not really on close speaking terms. He still wants to make sure his brother's alive. So it's going to be interesting with Joel traveling halfway across the country, mostly for Ellie, but also to find Tommy, and thinking that his brother is in danger. So I'm very excited for the next episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll join me again, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Bye now.